Hi everybody, how are you doing today? Welcome to another session of Rising Above the Average. And as always, I'm your host, Alan De Silva, and I'm glad to be here. And I really want to send a huge shout out to everybody who has ever watched any of my lives, and anybody who's commented, who's got in touch with me and to say thank you and to let me know how this has helped and impacted their life in a positive way. I want to send a huge shout out to you and say thank you, thank you, thank you. Kudos to you. I know that these are principles that have changed my own life, and I thought I'm going to share with other people, and just maybe they could also help change some aspect of your life as well if you're willing to implement it. So thank you, thank you, thank you to everybody. So today we're going to do something a little bit different. I thought before we get into the whole juice and gist of things, I was going to share a little bit about my morning routine and some of the things that I do in the morning to that help me to be healthy, I would say, to kind of feel better in my skin, right? So let's get started. So number one, in the morning when I wake up, what I do is, and by the way, I'm here in my kitchen as you can see, and what I do is to have some lemon water. This is lemon water. I have the lemon right here, right? And to have a lemon water. And you might be asking, where did you get these tips from? I got this tip from the medical medium, right? Because growing up, I suffered from a lot of skin issues, right? So I was looking for answers and everything. I found medical medium, and he taught me like simple things that have really changed my life and improved the quality of my skin. So I start with lemon water, like about 16 to 32 ounces, which is usually, few like half a liter, around half a liter or something like that, or less. I take some lemon water, and then after that 15 minutes later I do my celery juice. Right? And this is also taught by medical medium. I do my celery juice. I prepare everything here, and I was just about to blend it. I've got my blender here and my celery juice in here. I don't have a juicer yet, so I kind of just blend it and drink it like that. So it's more like a celery smoothie, but the ideal is to make celery juice, right? And same, about 16 to 32 ounces of celery juice, and you drink that up. And then what do I do next? So after that, 15 minutes later, I do the heavy metal detox, right? And also taught by the medical medium. I don't have it right here right now, right? I have not had time to prepare it, but basically if you check I think somewhere in my post, so I'm going to post that after this, the heavy metal detox. And it just helps you because usually on Saturdays I do house cleaning, and some of the products that you use to clean your house are actually very harmful to our human body. So how do you make sure you detox everything out? And even the air we breathe today with all this exposure from industries and everything, how do you make sure that you can keep your immune strong and healthy? And the best way, I believe, what has helped me is through detox. And the heavy metal detox just helps you kind of detox heavy metals like aluminium. And if you use a lot of aluminium stuff, aluminium actually gets clogged in the brain and just causes a lot of mess in a way. And if you want to know more about this, feel free to reach out to at medical medium and go to his page and see what he does. He does beautiful things, and I'm not paid for this, but I just want to send a huge shout out to him. He's changed my life, and he's done great things for me. And I thought I was going to share a little bit of my morning routine with you guys before we get into the whole juice. And I want to say thank you to everyone who's joining me live, and thanks to everyone who's going to watch this later, right? Even if it's not live, we're going to get right into what we're going to do for today. So right now, you've been following me for a couple of months now, and I think you're getting to know a kind of a trend, right? And in as much as I want to make this really fun, and different, right? But there are some key things that I can't let out, and those key things are our weekly learnings. What have you learned this week, right? So share with me what you've learned this week. And look, remember that this is not a monologue, this is a dialogue. And whether you reply me live right now or you reply me later, I still really appreciate it. Just reply me. What have you learned this week? what were the key takeaways in your week this week? What are the things that happened this week? And they could have been pain points, but when you look back at them, they actually helped you and you became a different person. You grew and you became better. What are those things that that have really changed your life this week? What are those things that helped you think a little bit? What did you learn, right? And sometimes they're not always like good things, like sorry for that, they're not always things that we think are good things. Sometimes you learn through pain. Excuse me. As a matter of fact, many of us learn through pain. So maybe something happened this week that kind of shaked your world a little bit, like shake your world a little bit, and you're like, oh, that was a hit. So what did you learn from that, right? So I'm just gonna move a little bit. So we get into it. So while your comments are coming in, what did you learn this week? Let me know what you've learned this week. All right. To put you down, because I'm gonna be sitting now, and we can talk about all of these things, in a very, very nice way. So sorry about this. Let me get started. Gonna get seated. Maybe you can't see me, but I'm right here with you guys. And if I'm too far, sorry about that, but I'm right here. I think in my celery juice. Guys, remember to get your celery juice. Learn more from medical medium. I'm sure this is really gonna help. This is really helpful, and it's really gonna help you guys. Do you guys feel comfortable seeing me from up, or you rather see me a little bit like more? I think what I'll do is just try to make it come a little bit closer so you can see me better. Just gonna regulate this. Does it look better? Yeah, I think it does, doesn't it? I think now you can see me face to face, and we can talk about what we need to talk about today. So today, we started a series like about 3 weeks ago talking about the 30 major causes of failure. And I thought I really didn't want to jump around and kind of just finish this up real quick. I thought I was really going to deep dive into it and make sure that I don't leave any stone unturned, because I thought this topic is very relevant. And this has been a tremendous, how will I say, these things that we share on these 30 major causes, these causes of failure have, been catalysts in my own life. And I thought if I could share this with someone else and they could pinpoint, some of these things that are kind of preventing them from being where they are, or preventing them from achieving what they want to achieve, if I could just point them out and you could learn something from them, maybe you could be like, oh, this is the culprit, and this has been a culprit all this time, and just maybe you'll be willing to take action and make a difference in your own life. So these 30 major causes of failure that we share every single week, we're going to do that. We're going to do 6 parts of them, because every week we share 5 points. I didn't want to give you too much. I want you to take action on this, right? If you can just learn one thing and take action on it, you're going to notice a huge difference in your life, right? So we're going to get into that shortly. We're in the segment where we're talking about what you have learned this week, right? And some of you all send me comments and everything. Thank you for that. And what I have learned this week, was the power of remembrance. The power of continue to remember that first idea, remember that first feeling, remember that initial motive, your initial intention in whatever you started. And the reason why I'm talking about remembrance today is that many times, especially if you're an entrepreneur, or you're just someone that or just you're an everyday person just like me, and maybe I don't know, you clean your house. I actually just finished cleaning my house. It's Saturday morning. I like to do my chores at that time, and maybe you start cleaning your house and it just happened, and then you never finished. Like you start in the middle, you're meant to kind of hoover, and then you just drop the hoover and then you went on to something else. Or you're an entrepreneur, you started a project and you haven't finished, right? Or you've lost the passion, or you don't even know what you're doing certain things right now. Maybe there's an area of your life where you're doing something and you don't know why you're doing it anymore. Or you started something and you didn't finish up, right? And today I want to talk about the power of remembrance. Like what I've learned this week anyway is the power of remembrance, the ability to remember what the initial motive was. What was your initial heart? What was your initial purpose? What in whatever you started? But that isn't cleaning your house. What was the initial purpose in cleaning your house? Maybe you wanted to have a fresh air, you want your house to look good, you want it to feel spacious. There was a reason why you started cleaning that house. Why don't you go back to it? Why don't you accomplish it? Why don't you remember the reason why you started the thing in the first place and then finish it up? Why don't you remember the reason why you started that book in the first place? I'm working on a book right now, and then I remembered, look, it's been long since I came to a certain point, but it's been long since I went back to edit a few things, and I'm like, ooh, why don't I go back and start editing again, right? Why don't I remember my initial motive, my initial purpose of starting the book in the first place, right? So maybe you're an entrepreneur, and then you just started, and there are a few things you're just trying to figure out, and then you just lost track of things. Why don't you go back now and remember? Why don't you remember why you started in the first place? Why don't you ignite that joy, that passion back, right? Maybe you've been married, and then now you feel like, okay, it's not life as usual, and there's no spark in your relationship anymore, and you be like, why don't you remember your initial purpose? Why did you marry this person in the first place? Why don't you remember your initial love? What was the initial heart? What was the initial purpose in whatever you're doing? Maybe you're starting a new course, you're venturing into a new career, and now you've come across challenges, and you're like, oh my God, what am I going to do? And then you forgot your initial purpose. You forgot your initial fire. You forgot your initial desire. What was that thing that lit you up then? You've forgotten it. And today, I'm just that little voice, that fly on the wall, reminding you to remember why you started in the first place. Remember why you started that particular thing that you started, and you have not completed yet. So remember why you started. All right? And that's what I learned this week, to remember why I started in the first place. Why I started these lives, why I started writing my book, why I started building my business, why I wanted to be of help to other people. Remember why, right? And I think it's very important to always remember your why you started in the first place. Well, thank you guys to all of you guys who shared your comments with me. I'm so grateful. Feel free to send me, apart from sending me what you've learned this week, also send me your why. Send me why you're doing whatever you're doing. Send me what you remember today. What did you remember today? Right? What did you remember? Why did you start writing that book? Why did you get into that relationship in the first place? Why did you say that you're going to take care of your health? Yes. Why in the first place? Right? Why did you say that? Why did you decide to take that new job? Why did you decide to get into that new career? Why did you decide to make a transition? Why did you decide to even start your business, or why are you even considering it? Send me your why today, right? Send me a message, say something like, today my why in my relationship is, my why in my finances is, my why in my health is, why I want to be healthy is, why I want to be financially independent is. Send me your why, all right? Send me your why. I love reading your messages, and they also uplift me, right? And remember, in as much as I can't hear you guys talk back to me, right? Those are the ways, when you send me your comments and your messages, those are the ways where I can hear your voice, right? And I feel like we're more connected, and this is your community. I am your friend, right? You are my friend. I take you as my friend. Whatever you tell me, I take it very, very especially, and I learn from it, right? So today, we are still on Think and Grow Rich. Who wants to think and grow rich? Anybody else in the room here who wants to think think and grow rich? Yes. All you my people, All you my people out there who wants to think and grow rich, kudos to you, kudos to you, kudos to you. And all you the bystanders and who are like, wait, what is all this thing about think and grow rich? Well, watch out. So today we're going to talk about 30 causes of failure, and this is part 3. So we're going to share in every session we're sharing 5 tips, right? So today we're going to share number 15 to number 20. I'm just going to open that part real quick. And for those who haven't got your book yet, Think and Grow Rich has tremendously changed my life and has tremendously changed the lives of, people that I know, a lot of people, huge testimonies, a lot of big names, they all started from this book. And if you ever have a little dream, something small, something in your heart, something you feel like, look, I've got to accomplish it, I've got to do this book will help you get started. You know where to start, you know how to transform your life, and I hugely recommend this book. You can grab it anywhere. Think anywhere you can grab it. It is on Amazon, it's in bookstores. Think and Grow Rich, and we are talking about 30 causes of failure. We're gonna start we stopped at number 14 last time. It says one or more of the 6 biggest fears. So I think today, no, we stopped at number 10. Sorry, negative personality. Yeah, we started on 10. So today we're gonna start from 11. Today's part 3. Yes, sorry, part 3. So 11 to 15. 11 to 15, right? And just a quick recap. Last week we talked about ill health. Ill health is a major cause of failure. Unfavorable environmental influence during childhood, that's a major cause of failure. Procrastination. Old man procrastination is a huge cause of failure. Lack of persistence is a huge one. And negative personality. It says that someone with a negative personality cannot cooperate with other people. And if you can't cooperate with other people, you can't achieve, you can't be successful in what you really want to. And then today, Napoleon Hill says that lack of control sexual urge. So we're going to talk about 5 points today, and the number 11th cause of failure is lack of controlled sexual urge. And he says sex energy is the most powerful of all the stimuli which move people into action. Right? Because it is the most powerful of the emotions, it must be controlled through transmutation and converted into other channels. This is very important. This is very, very, and I think very important for young people as well. Anybody to know that, I believe that anything done in extremity becomes very harmful. Everything in balance does work. So Napoleon Hill, makes the same point. He says, because it is the most powerful of the emotions, it must be controlled through transmutation and converted into other channels, which is very important. So one of the causes of failure is lack of control of sexual urge. So moving on to the next cause of failure, which says uncontrolled desire for something for nothing. The uncontrolled desire for something for nothing, right? He says the gambling instinct drives millions of people to failure. Evidence of this may be found in the study of the Wall Street crash of 1929, during which millions of people tried to make money by gambling on stock margins. So how do this point relate to us today in these days? Imagine this book was written in 1930 something, 38 or something, right? Or 36. So that's why he's talking about the Wall Street crash of 1929, and we don't know how it relates to us. So how does uncontrolled desire for something for nothing relate to us nowadays? Many people want to get, but they don't want to give first. Meanwhile, there is this law of nature says that when you give, you also get back. Actually, and as a matter of fact, you get more back. Right? So if you look into yourself and you see that you have this tendency to wanting to get something for nothing, you don't want to put an effort right there. You want to pass your exams, but you don't want to study. If you're the kind of person that want to pass the exam and you don't want to study, this is you right there. The uncontrolled desire for something for nothing. And maybe, just maybe if you look into your life, that might be one of the causes of your failure in your life. So if you want something, be willing to do what has to be done. Be willing to work hard for it. Be willing to do what has to be done in order to achieve the result. Right? For you to be successful, be willing to do the hard work. It's very important. And the number 13 cause of failure says, lack of a well-defined power of decision. Decision is so important. And by the way, if I'm going too fast, remember you can go back. These lives are going to be online on my page. Go back and watch them again. I'm going to post this on YouTube as well. So if you're the kind of person that you prefer YouTube, please go to my YouTube page, right, at Ask Alun Anything. And then you can watch it there. But remember to watch this again and again until you get clarity on what to do next. Decision is very, very important. It says lack of a well-defined power of decision. Men who succeed read decisions promptly and change them, if at all, very slowly. Men who fail reach decisions, if at all, very slowly and change them frequently and quickly. Indecision and procrastination are twin brothers. Oh my God, did you hear that? Indecision and procrastination are twin brothers. Where one is found, the other may usually be found also. They work hand in hand. Kill off this pair before they completely hogtie. It says kill off this pair before they completely hogtie you to the treadmill of failure. And I just love the way Napoleon Hill writes this book, right? It says kill off this pair before they completely hogtie you to the treadmill of failure. Right? None of us want to be hogtied to the treadmill of failure. And if you're someone, you're someone and you are the kind of person that you need to be helped. You need a supportive community. You just need someone to hold your hand and show you the way. You need support. You don't want to feel that you're lonely doing this. Look, feel free to book a 30-minute discovery session with me, a free 30-minute discovery session with me, and just get to know me, and let's see whether we could work together better, see whether I'm the best fit for you, and then how I could serve you better, right? If you need someone to hold your hand, to show you what to do next. Do you want to change your life but you don't know where to start from? You can just send me a message here or go to my website and book like a 30-minute discovery session. It's a free session where we can get to know each other. We can talk about your goals, your desire, and how I can help you achieve them, and it will be my honor to help you achieve them. But if you're someone you're like, wait, I know what I want, I want to start my business, or I am in my business, but then I feel like I'm blocked somewhere, I need to take it to the next level. Wait, what? I have something beautiful for you. I have this course that I showed. It's called 10x your business, right? How to 10x your business, how to take your business to the next level, right? And you can find it on my website, askalunanything.com. If you're someone that's interested in taking your business to the next level, starting a business, how to 10x your business will be very phenomenal to you. Just check it out, right? You don't have anything to lose at all. You can check it out. You have a refund guarantee, right? You have 15 days refund guarantee. You can check everything out, have a look, go to askalunanything.com and see whether those courses, some of the free materials that I have, could help you, or book a free 30 minutes discovery call with me. You can also just DM me directly here on Instagram, and then we can go from there. So we're talking about the number 14, lack of failure is one or more of the 6 basic fears. Right, the 6 basic fears can be some is the 14th cause of failure, according to Napoleon Hill. And he says these fears have been analyzed for you in another chapter. They must be mastered before you can market your service effectively. So Napoleon Hill says that there are 6 basic fears, and he explained them in another chapter that I'm going to find right now. Yes, it's right here. So the 6 basic fears are the fear of poverty, the fear of criticism, the fear of ill health, the fear of loss of love of someone, the fear of old age, and the fear of death. These are the 6 basic fears, and they are major causes of failure. So the number 15 cause of failure, which is the last one we're going to share today, is wrong selection of a mate in marriage. Ooh. 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 This is a huge one, isn't it? It's a big one. It says wrong selection of a mate in marriage. The person that you marry, the person you are with is very important. He says this is the most common cause of failure. The relationship of marriage brings people intimately into contact. Unless this relationship is harmonious, failure is likely to follow. Oof. Moreover, it will be a form of failure that is marked by misery and unhappiness, destroying all signs of ambition. Ooh. 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 This is it. You want to fuel your ambition. You want to be with people that are like-minded like you and who support your dream. Make sure that you read it twice before you choose your life partner and your spouse, right? It's very important. And that concludes our session for today, right? And aside sending me what you've learned last week, what is your why? Why are you doing what you're doing, or why do you want to do whatever you want to do? Also send me what you've learned today. What have you learned from the 5 major causes of failure that we shared today? What have you learned from them? If you don't remember them, feel free to go back and rewatch this live. I'm sure that these things, when you take the time to go through them, they are going to change your life. They've changed my life, and they continue to change my life. And that's the reason why I do what I do. I come to you here every week. I come and I share my heart. I share with you the things that I myself am reading, the things that have changed my own life. And I'm hoping that one way or the other they can also help you improve your life, in whatever area you're looking forward to work into, right? And as always, such a pleasure to be with you every weekend. I always look forward to these lives. And remember, this is not a monologue, this is a dialogue. Please send me your comments, send me your messages. I love to hear from you. Let me know how these have changed your life and how these nuggets that I share every single week have really improved you. And if you haven't followed me on YouTube yet, maybe you want to. I have a lot of videos and trainings that I have on YouTube that are not on Instagram, and you could tap into them and maybe they could help you, right? So before we go out here, I would like you to sit comfortably in your chair or wherever you are. Drop your shoulders and take a deep breath deep down into your belly and release it with a sigh. And drop your shoulders further. Drop yourself into the chair further. How does that feel? Feel your body. Take a deep breath in. Feel it in your belly and release it with a sigh. And drop your shoulders. How does that feel? We're going to do it one more time. Take a deep breath. Deep down into your belly and release it with a sigh. And then shake your shoulders, release them. How does that feel? Breath is very important. Breath is the foundation of human life. So I wish you happy breathing, happy weekend, happy everything, and happy life. And I'm looking forward to connecting again with you next Saturday. And until then, remember, live with purpose. Bye. Big love. Take care. Take care, everyone. Bye-bye.